Hi everyone. Today I'm going to show you a Unity plugin I'm currently working on. It's called Shader Variant Stripper. It's a tool designed to reduce the number of shader variants in your project. If you're a Unity developer, you've probably dealt with crazy long build times. I've even seen forum posts about builds taking hours or even days. Well, good news. This plugin can speed up your builds by hundreds of times. And yes, I'm aware of a similar plugin on GitHub from about 8 years ago. But that one is pretty clunky, lacks features, and honestly, it's unlikely to work with Unity 6. So, let's dive in. It's best to show how Shader Variant Stripper works with an example. For this project, I chose the high-definition 3D sample and downloaded some extra scenes through the package manager. Here they are. The plugin itself consists of a few scripts and a single scriptable object that holds all the settings. Initially, the plugin is off, so I'll click Enable Plugin. I'll add the first scene right away. Now, I'll reopen the scene to bring up the shader capture menu and enter play mode. I need Unity to see all the shader variants. You can see the counter going up. That's because some objects are spawned dynamically. Great. Now we can save the captured variants to a file. This file is automatically assigned to the Captured Shader Variant Collection field. Now for the interesting part. Let's run a build using only these saved variants. The build is quite fast, just 1 minute and 14 seconds on my home laptop. To be honest, I'm not sure I'd have the patience to wait for a standard build to finish. Let's run it. The first thing we notice, or rather, we don't see, are the waves. They're missing. That specific shader variant didn't make it into the build. We need a different variant with different keywords. Why does this happen? Simple. Unity strips certain keywords during the build process, making our captured variant outdated. We'll deal with that later. Looking around at other artifacts in the scene, the water has flooded the basement. It's clearly using a default variant, but we need the one that reacts to the height map. Back to the editor. This is where the magic happens. Using the bottom slider, we'll add about a dozen similar variants. It's much faster than searching for the exact right one. Let's add a few and hope the one we need is among them. This time it takes a bit longer, 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Let's check the build. And still nothing. The right variant wasn't found. Let's go back and try the middle slider. It's more aggressive and will add 100 or 2 variants to the existing ones. New build! Only 1 minute this time. That's because Unity caches shader variants, so it doesn't have to rebuild the same ones twice. Thanks for that, Unity. Let's run it. And what do we see? The correct water shader variant is there. Perfect. Back to the editor. Let's save this fuller collection to a new file. It gets assigned to the full shader variant collection field. Now let's compare the numbers before and after using the slider. It's not that many. We had 223 variants for all shaders in the scene, and now we have 489. That's 489 out of 55 million possible variants. Not bad at all, in my opinion. How do I know about the 55 million? I checked the editor logs. Next, I'll add another scene to show different scenarios. I'll take the underwater scene from the extra scenes. Reopen it with the Open Scene button to bring up the capture menu. Start the scene in play mode. Save the captured variants. And now, let's start the build. Running the build now, and just like before, some variants are missing. Some objects are pink. That means the shader is missing or Unity couldn't find a matching variant. Others just look wrong. Time to fix it. Back to the editor, and I'll use both the bottom and middle sliders right away to save time. Build and run. Much better. The shaders that looked wrong are fixed. Now just the pink object left. Back to the editor one more time, move the bottom slider a bit more, and build again. Now the scene looks exactly right. Let's save this full collection to a new file. Alright, it's time for the final build with all scenes included, and then we'll wrap up. Adding the scenes to the list. Checking player settings, everything is on default, and hitting build to save the project to the folder. The build finished in 1 minute and 24 seconds. That's a fantastic result. Now, let's talk about the future of the plugin. Right now, it's a work in progress. I want to keep improving it and test it in real-world conditions. I'm currently looking for a larger game dev studio to test this on their products. Will it be free? No, not right at launch. Maybe it'll become free in a year or two. Or maybe Unity Technologies will finally add a clear, native tool for shader optimization. Who knows? Check back on the channel occasionally for updates, or feel free to email me with questions. I'll try to answer. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye!